Oh, it's gonna roll. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it has been a little while since the last video. And before we even start this video, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been a part of the channel so far. I appreciate every single one of you. I also want to say I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas and Happy New Year. This video should be posted at the beginning of the new year. So, woo, we're all that much older. Let's go. With that being said, let's do some RC action. I am so excited. And before we take an up-close look at this thing on the table and do a little bit of table talk going through this, I want to show you why I think the Traxxas Trx4 might be one of the best out-of-the-box trail trucks. And we're going to go outside, drive it around, and you guys will get to see for yourself why I think this thing is such an absolute beast. I have added some brass wheel weights, so it's not 100% stock, but there is some weight up top, kind of evens everything out. So we are starting things off in high gear, and then we'll kick her down into low when we need to. We've got both the diffs unlocked, and that's not really a problem right now. This thing, oh, right as I said that, it stalled out. But this thing's got plenty of power in high gear for most of the stuff you're gonna be doing on trail walks. But we're gonna need that low gear for sure. Once we get down to the pond, we're gonna get this thing a little wet, maybe a little muddy, and we're just gonna go from there. Just take a nice little walk around the property. Just had a big storm, everything's nice and wet. I do have this thing in crawl mode, so it's got the drag brake pretty much right as you let off of the throttle. It starts the drag brake. Not the strongest, that's for sure, but it does have it, so it is nice. There's actually a little deer trail that we're going to be following through here. Very nice. Yeah, the ground is still super wet, but I bet that, oh, I got a cool shot idea. I think before we go bury this thing in some mud, might as well do a little bit of rock crawling, because this thing is technically a rock crawler. We've got both diffs unlocked, as you can see right there actually, so we could go ahead, leave her right there. Let's just lock them up, flip her in low. Now we should just walk right up this thing. Super easy. That is so cool. Gotta love that. There's actually some really cool rocks up here. You can do some pretty gnarly stuff. There's no way we're gonna get that. Oh yeah, a little top heavy there. That is pretty much straight up, even with those weights we got in there. Got a lot of weight up top. It's a bit aggressive. Let's try going up right here. There we go. Oh. One-handed driving. A lot more difficult than you'd expect, honestly. Go ahead and kick her back up into high there. There was a little trail over here that I made a long time ago that's kind of been leaved over, but still do a little bit of rock crawlage over here. Down in the pit, the articulation that you get, even stock, I mean, this thing is pretty much stock, well, it is stock suspension, is insane. It's insane. Super cool. Got some wood here for it. Just pushing crap out of the way. Oops, that was a little. Let's make our way down to the water. See if we can't get over. Got the diffs unlocked. probably make it through this. Got those limb risers kind of doing their job there. That was more like a tree, though, that they had to push. Do some rock bouncing in this thing. Well, this is where I was planning on crossing, but the last rain, it's definitely washed this out a bit. I was thinking we could come down here and go under that. It would have looked super cool, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it across this, but we're gonna try. Gotta just move some stuff. Yeah, we're gonna try it, I think. Might end up rolling her right there. Let's give it a go. I'm currently trying to balance on this fallen tree, and it doesn't look like it's steep at all, but that is a hill. This does it a little bit better justice. This is a freaking mountainside this thing's about to go down, and it's gonna look really good doing it, but we also might roll this thing. I'm just hoping the drag brake is gonna be enough to creep down this. And, oh boy. Oh, look at that, that's pure. You can stop it with the brake and go backwards, but it's just wanting to roll. I have both diffs locked right now. We're gonna have to drop into that and make it through. So I'm not even filming, I'm looking at the dang truck so much. Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna roll. No, it didn't. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was something. Now we're stuck on the bumper. Right there. We're stuck. Oh, there we go. No way. No way. Well, I didn't see how it looked on this side, but we can still at least go under it. Yeah, the trail's kind of blockaged here. Let's do some foot of cottage, make a little path here. Oh, right there on the body. Okay, let's just get some of these out of the way. That is insane. I am so impressed. The camera does not do this justice, but that is a huge drop off that it just did. And that is a cliff. Like, I know it's hard to tell, but that is super impressive. I am extremely impressed with that. Dry this thing off, take it inside, and do a little bit of tabletop. Completely go through it. So we've got the rig on the table. We're going to be taking a look, starting at the rear, going to the front, and then pulling the shell off and seeing what is in one of these bad mamma jammas right here. Starting at the rear, we've got a little gas can with a little mount right there. It just screws into the body. Can't remember if there are any nuts on the backside. I will leave a link to this kit that actually came with this. It came with a bunch of the stuff in here. Really cool if you want to add some scale stuff to your 1/10 scale rig. Same with the little antenna. I'm pretty sure that came on the kit. Kind of cool, even though a lot of the times you don't want an antenna on your RC car because it's kind of cheap looking. If you're going overlanding, you might as well have a big old doingly antenna. So got one of those. I believe these are the Endura bumpers. They came on it when I got this off Facebook. I paid 500 bucks for the rig. I'll put a picture up of what it looked like before. It looked like this. I mean, it really wasn't too much different, but still, I had to add the finishing touches, if you know what I mean. So we've got the bumper. I have shackles, had shackles, broke shackles over here. Now I put shackles on another rig, which you'll see later on, but no hitch, because obviously that is going to change your departure approach, whatever you want to do back there. The tires are stock tires. It had some crawler tires on it. I just kind of like these bigger beefs. Unfortunately, I did soak the foams, so probably going to end up changing the wheels out to a bead lock and getting some silicone inserts, because I'm pretty sure the foams are toast. They're still super wet in there. The running boards are some Amazon special. They are steel, super nice, pretty strong. They mount in the same spot that the original running boards did. Taking a look at the front of the rig, we've got the same Endura bumper that came with the rear. We've got the Traxxas winch in there, super cool. I believe you might have already seen this in action. If not, put a little video up right now. On the top, we've got these little limb risers. Need to add some heat shrink there. These are really cool. I love the look that it gives the Blazer. Super cool. These are also Amazon special. The caps do come off. These ones are newer. These ones have been, yeah, so there's some little glass under there. They pop out all the time, so I did put some super glue in there, glued the cap in, and then the little covers just pop on like that. I have rolled this thing a few times, haven't lost any of these yet. It originally came with these lights, had no lenses and no covers. So I got more, added lights into the bumper, added some in for the headlights, added lights back here. They do make a full light kit for it. It's just, this has been kind of the DIY light kit on this one. Moving up top, we've got those same, pretty much the same kit that I've already shown you. That's all the stuff up here. We do have some Yankums. Like, it's bungee rope, you know, Yankum type, not made by Yankum, but it is some little bungee rope right there. I think there's one here. There's probably another one on one of these. And then we've got more on the crawler hauler, which we'll see later on in the video. Not this video. So really the main upgrade that I've done is added these big brass weights on all four corners. I know you want most of the weight up front, but I just wanted this to be a heavy rig. So I put them on all four. They go over the portals, and I think that it definitely benefits from it. It 100% makes it more stable all around, and just makes it a little bit heavier, give it a little bit more traction, a little bit more bite, and just mine as well, right? I'm sure you know this by now if you've been into RC for any amount of time, but if you're new, these have clipless bodies. There's little tiny clips, super cool, and the body just pops right off. You just reach in there and find them all, and then, yeah, you pretty much pull your body off. Now, there is an absolute rat's nest of wires under here. I will admit that. So you gotta, luckily, it's just one main wire. No, I lied, there's two. So I just lied. There's two main wires that you gotta unplug, and then the body is completely free. So just like that, you can take the old body off and take it, oops, almost just died. Like I said, there's an absolute rat's nest of wires under here. The really cool thing is so, see how clean it is under here? It's actually really clean. Yeah, there's a little bit of dirt, but compared to what it could be for one specific reason, and I'll show you in just a minute, I am very impressed. And that reason is these right here. A lot of people I know take them off if you want to make a serious crawler, But for me, I freaking love having inner fender wells, wheel liners, because you can also put rock lights in them. Very, very, very cool. And it just keeps the rig a lot cleaner. So that is very nice. The other upgrade I have done is added a Sabox, I believe is the brand, servo. It is a little stronger than stock, not crazy stronger than stock, but it is a bit stronger. The one I had in it took a crap. Even it was a red dot servo, like the upgraded one or whatever you want to call it. Still took a poop on me. I was doing some filming with some lights. Normally I wouldn't leave that plugged in. Where was I going? So underneath you can see it is still very, very, very stock. If you don't know anything about these, and like I said, you probably do, they have a locking front and rear diff. So these are your servos right there for that. Keep getting in the way of the light. And then over here, you've got your high and low speed servo for shifting your transmission. Very cool. I freaking love the fact that it has locking diffs. You can also change the remote setting to lock either the front or the rear, and not all of them, or you can make the front and the rear. So yeah, it's really cool the way you can do it. At some point, I'm thinking I want to change out the transmitter or receiver and do a different controller. Have a little bit more control over everything, I think would be cool. Definitely would like to add a brushless motor at some point, even though it does have great slow speed control with that high and low gear, or high and low speed. But I just think a brushless would be very nice for doing that super slow controlled crawl. I also said I'm going to be changing the wheels out because these ones are filled with water. And I know that doesn't fix the problem, but I am going to add silicone inserts instead of foams, and then we'll do some bead locks, and that'll be good enough for me. One thing I will say, I did add some spacers on the steps just to get it a little bit taller. It's not the cleanest looking thing, but I just wanted them to be a little bit, oops, I'm still zoomed in. I just wanted them to be a little bit taller, so that way they're not hanging down quite as low. They really don't hang down too bad if you were just to mount them how they are, but you know, a millimeter is an inch when it comes to this type of thing, so you gotta do it. So we are going to be doing a full build on this channel at some point. It might be a series or something like that, probably a series, or I might just collect a bunch of parts, do one big build. We've got a lot more RC stuff to take a look at, and I think it's going to be really fun. In a month or so, we're actually putting together a little RC meet in town just to go walk in the park and play with RC cars. I think it's going to be really cool. Maybe make a video out of it. And the reason I had all of this stuff out was because I was going to clean up the wiring for this. You know, let's just do it. We're going to clean up the wiring. If you guys want to hang out, just chill out, grab some popcorn. I don't know why I would need that, but we're going to try to clean up some of this wiring. It's a mess. I don't have very many zip ties, but I'm hoping I can use some of this and some of that, and bada bing, bada boom. I think we're going to start with this. We're not going to mess with the body right now. We're just going to start getting rid of the zip ties that I've added, figuring out what wire is going to where. I'm not going to shorten any of the wiring because I don't feel like adding a bunch of butts, and I don't have stuff to solder here. I could take it to work and do it, but we're just going to try to cleanly do this, maybe add some of that, like I said. And it really should not be too hard. I think we got it. Okay, I got all the zip ties cut, almost cut right through a wire. That would have not been good. And I've got this here to 3, so I need 4, and so this can be changed. We don't need this mess. This, I cut the zip tie. Focus. I cut the zip tie here. We're gonna move this whole thing to this side. That way we can run this wire under that along the power wires to go directly to the ECS there. Wait, electronic ESC there. Freaking dyslexia, man. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice and clean. This stuff, I'm not quite sure. Maybe we run some of this along this whole loom. Or, I don't know. I'm going to start messing around with it, and then we'll jump back in when I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing with this spaghetti. Okay, now I think I know kind of which direction I'm going to go. I ran all of the wires through the winch loom right there, and if you guys are trying to figure out or having a hard time with this type of stuff, it's kind of like a Chinese finger trap. You want to slide it down And as you slide it down, you see it kind of coil up and get a lot bigger. Then you can fit a lot larger wire through there, and then you kind of just pull it and it'll shrink up all nice, and it looks pretty clean. So now I've got a mess out of here, but we can kind of run this along here, along these wires, and then we'll do some fancy work. I see some wires running underneath the battery tray, so maybe we can run this under. I don't know, we'll figure that out, but yeah, we're getting somewhere. I forgot to grab thicker, wider heat shrink, so unfortunately we're just gonna have to leave these bare right now, but I did add a piece to this, got rid of one of the splitters, so I would have liked to add, well, I will be adding heat shrink to there. Even electrical tape would work, but I'm gonna add some heat shrink, slide it over, clean that up so that way the ends are nice and clean. But that is going to be cleaner. Still have a super long wire that I got to figure out what to do with. I'm not quite sure. Maybe passing it under the battery tray. I'm not sure. We're going to figure this out and then we'll go from there. Alright, so what I did is ran that wire all the way around back behind the battery up there, and then I took one of the leads, shoved them back through here. We'll tape that up or heat shrink it up. That'll look clean. That'll look clean. Those going up to the body will look clean. In my opinion, it looks a lot better now. This you can't really do much about. I didn't install these either, but you really can't do anything about them. Oh well, that's just gonna have to be how it's gonna be. Maybe at some point we'll figure out how to clean those up, as well as the body. I don't think I'm gonna tackle right now. We'll do that later. I do plan on changing out a lot of the lights. I also want to add more lights to the front. I've got rear lights, don't have any over yonder, so we're gonna figure that out at some point. And yeah, because this is a mess, but that'll probably be in the next build video on this. We'll go through and clean up this. As far as the other thing, I think we're good. And just like that, you plug those two in. Oops, I didn't want to flip out. Just had to use the camera to push back in. Then you just pretty much line your body up, give it a nice little push, and you are locked in. Make sure your little edges are tucked there, and you're ready to go. That is pretty much the entire Blazer build. Now I'm mad. I was looking for my light all over because I knew I had electrical tape on it, and it was behind the Blazer. So there's the electrical tape I was looking for. I know I have rolls of it, but I always put electrical tape on whatever flashlight or lighter I'm using. That way, if I ever need electrical tape, it's serving as more than just one purpose. Not only is it a flashlight, it's a roll of electrical tape.